Hello, this is a quick tutorial. I'd like to talk a little bit in viverse how you can set up the collision geometries. This is actually done through the play canvas. So here you can see the character I have is able to interact with the terrain. So you can go up and down. This is actually a three-dimension terrain model captured through a program called Autodesk InfraWorks based on a real site. Although I think I scaled this to a very tiny scale, so you can still see the roads and also a few small building in this valley. Okay, um, and also this model is a part of the original site. So here, if you see, this is the thing I did last time with the Zaha Tower, right? And here is the model generated by Gemini. I also make the collision for this model, so you are not able to go through the walls. See, it's block you, but you can go through the gate, the door, right? And also you are able to go up the stairs, right? So if you do have a ramp or stair, this character is able to interact with it. Okay, you can go out of the door. You can go here. Right. So I will talk really quick how you can set up the uh, collision objects using the a mesh instead of instead of a box to set up collision. So first, I will go back to play canvas, and here you can see I add a few geometries. So first one, this is the terrain model. This one is a single object, is a mesh, come from the program Autodesk InfraWorks. So if I go ahead open the file, you can actually see this is as simple as a terrain model right here. Right. A recommendation is if you do have transferred from a large terrain, by default this may be break apart into multiple pieces. So it's a good practice in Rhino or whatever program you merge or joint all the meshes together as a single mesh. It just makes this a little bit easier to edit. Okay. If you don't do it, if it's not a joint mesh, if you just bring in directly from InfraWorks, you can see the mesh is actually break apart into small pieces. This makes the editing a little bit a headache. So here you can still see individual mesh, right? Uh, which is kind of difficult to set up collision one by one. So I prefer just join everything as a single mesh. Okay, so once you have the mesh in, just you can drag the mesh. You can have, for example, an instant. You can drag the instant into the scene. You can also just simply create a new um, entity, right? You can give a name, then you can make this entity with a template. You can set as an instance, okay? And then you can point to the instance you want to target to, okay? So there are multiple ways you can do it. Okay, so as long as you have this site in, you can manipulate the scale. I reduce this to a very small scale because the original site is very large. Um, yeah, just keep in mind they are nested. So at the end, you see this mesh 13. This is the single mesh, right? So here I add a component. So I add a component using physics, add a collision, I also add a rigid body. Once you do that, go to the collision part, right? So instead of using the box, you want to use a mesh as a way to define the type of collision. Just make sure you uncheck convex hull because we will have a valley, we want to be able to go in, right? And also make sure the render asset, right here, if you click the picker, you can point to this single mesh. So that's how you create a reference to the correct geometry. That's it. Then you can, see the user is able to interact with the terrain. Theoretically, if you do have a super high polygon mesh, here you can do a low poly mesh as your terrain. If you use Rhino, you can do reduce poly, right, to cut down maybe to 10% or even 5%. So you don't really compute too heavily with the engine. So the same thing I did for this building as well. So here we can see I already set up the collisions with a mesh. And here I loaded a low poly mesh as my render asset. Because the original mesh is pretty high poly with a couple of million polygons. So here I reduced probably to 25%. So that's a little bit cheaper to compute. Okay, so this is really up to you um, how to do these optimizations. So here you can see this is my base model, right? And here if I open this, uh, if I click this, you can see this is the number of polygons is 119,000. But if you go to the low poly, right, and here is a 14,000, right? So it's significantly smaller. And I use this one as my collision mesh to reduce the load. Okay, so I will do one more time. I will just maybe this time using the Zaha Tower as example, so you will fully understand the whole process. So in case I want to create this, collision mesh, right, for this Zaha Tower, so I will do exactly the same thing. I select the mesh, and here I will add a component, physics, collision, right? And I add component, physics, rigid body. You have to do both. And then in the collision, I switch from box type to mesh, right? And then in the render asset, right now it's empty. I will pick, this time I'm not picking up this guy. I will actually pick the Zaha Tower. So I think it's under 3D, and here's the Zaha Tower FBX. I think I want to pick this guy, right? So here you pick this, right? So if you change the display to yellow, that's okay. It just highlight means there's something has been referenced as your collision mesh. So now I should have a collision for this tower now, right? So let's do some tests. I think I probably can jump on top, and then maybe I should be able to just walk along the tower all the way maybe to the top. So let's try. Okay, so make sure you logged into your viverse account at the same time. So I will actually close this. Yeah. So make sure you are in your viverse. Um, just make sure I'm logged in. Okay. Yep, I'm in. Right. So here you can see my profile. Um, I have already created multiple words. So as long as you are logged in, you should be able to publish the play canvas directly into viverse. So here I do publish, and then I choose publish to viverse. So we'll wait a little bit until all the new update is pushed to viverse. Keep in mind, you only need to set up viverse at the beginning, the first time you publish. In the future, if you republish, it's just automatically override the previous one. So here, if I do preview, I should be able to see the Zaha Tower now should have a collision mesh. So we'll do some test, see if that works. So this could be super useful if you are planning to design something like stairs, right, or ramp. So here, let me go. I'm not sure if I can jump on top. Yes, I can. Yeah. So now I'm actually standing on top of the Zaha Tower. Um, I'm not sure if I can jump on top of that. Yes, I can. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. Yeah, can I walk? Yes, I can actually walk to the top. Okay, and then maybe, I don't know, maybe walk here a little bit. Okay, yeah, this is a little bit tricky. I probably have to choose a different way. I think this part is probably easier. Yeah, as you can see, because the model was cleaned up in sub D in Rhino, so it's pretty easy. I can, smooth the geometries. Yeah, I think I should maybe make the tower a little bit larger. I think I don't know. This is kind of awkward. I should falling down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So this is pretty fun. So I'm able to actually walk a little bit. Yeah, I think if I do it again, I probably will make the tower a bit larger and also make some kind of like a ramp at the beginning, so I can easily jump on top. Yeah, I don't know. This hole is a little bit too small. Yeah, I can do the double jump actually. Okay, so this is pretty nice. I'm actually standing on top of the tower now, and then double jump. Okay, okay, yeah. So this is the whole process. If you want to learn how to set up a collision, how to set up the you know rigid body, um, then you are able to walk uh, to different terrains. Yeah, if you have a site model, definitely you can make the site model. Like I think a slope is very easy. You can walk. Yeah, just make sure you have some way to go back. Okay. Um, yeah, I think this is all about how to set up collision objects and how to allow you navigate to different space. I kind of like the shadow here. Very nice. All right, I think that's it. Thank you.